All right, well, hello and welcome back as we are getting ready for the second game of the night. Hoping for a closer one, and I think it has the potential to be. But hey, we will have to see as we are going to have the Incheon Illusion taking on the Boston Peregrine Falcons. As you can see, both of these teams sitting in the top three in the Pixel League, with Incheon at 6-0 and Boston at 5-1, with one loss coming against Loudoun a couple weeks ago, and then a win against Madison last week. Definitely their biggest so far, although both teams, in fact, have taken down Madison in 5. You can also see both teams with Daytona upcoming in their schedule, and then some a little bit lighter ones, although Bedford are still tough. Looking at the weekly schedule, every scoreline represented, and more often than not, the lower seeded team has won, and so we'll see if that continues. Then on our standings, you can see still those just top two there, although Boston are trying to move up to join them at 6 wins. And then you got Madison on their own, Bedford below them, and a lot more separation here, as KC are the only team left without a win. Moving then, you can see, again, just those top two are clinched, and it was Daytona who got in there first, although Incheon are above them in the standings now. Moving to our scenarios, first we got our playoffs, as again, it's these two teams. That Boston clinched with either a win or Denver losing, Madison clinched with a win and Denver losing. And at this point, since Madison have won, both would clinch with Denver winning, or Denver losing. However, before that point, Boston will have a chance to do it themselves. Looking at the bottom, Vancouver will not be locked into the play-in because Loudoun did not win, instead lost that series. Similarly, Buffalo will not be locked to the play-in because of their win. However, KC still to be determined because they would be locked into that bottom four if they lose whenever that game occurs. Moving to the stats, then, it would be Smurfy and Gamer who are the key players, although I'm not sure if Smurfy will be there for that one. And with that, I might have to see if I have to end up sending the info to someone else, but hey, we'll see. As I'm not sure either manager is here for this game, but hey, we'll see. As looking at it as I was going there, Smurfy does lead every stat for his team, although most of them are pretty close at least. Then on the other side, Gamer a bit more split with goals to Bacon and shot percentage to Pitt, but then it's shots, assists, saves, and demos going to Gamer. The team averages are actually split down the middle 3-3, with goals and shots going to Incheon, but then shot percentage and assists going to Boston, saves to Incheon, and demos over to Boston. So, I think if you look at it on the season, you pretty obviously have to say that Incheon should be the favorites here. But, I mean, they haven't looked perfect, and they're coming off a little bit of a rough game last week. And then with that, you can also say that Boston looked pretty good last week, but they, in general, haven't looked that dominant on the season. And so, again, we're going to have a shakeup with no Pitcop, no Smurfy. We'll see how that changes it for these teams. But at least for the moment, I do still have to lead in Incheon's favor. Although, I'm going to say a 3-2. I'm going to predict a closer game, and we'll see if it comes to pass. As in another minute here, I'm just going to go ahead and send the info to a player. And so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I don't know. I mean, Smurfy might have forwarded it to a player, whatever, but they're not in their team chat. And so I don't know who's on. And I was told before the game that they might not have Smurfy. And Smurfy is showing on offline on Discord. And they haven't joined the game. So with all of that, I'm just thinking, I don't know. Maybe he hasn't forwarded it to his team. I'm just going to send it to a player to be safe. And so we'll see. As again, we are just waiting on one team to get in here, and then we'll be good to jump into this one. This actually is the only game this week, or not this week, this is the only game tonight that will result, or at least can result, in a direct event being locked in. Now, Steinhatchee winning would have grayed out some events, similarly, Havana winning would gray out some events. But this is the only one that would actually make something happen. And again, that would be if Boston end up winning, they'll clinch. And by the way, just because, again, we have, for the purposes of everything, I'm still taking it that 9-10 would be their 10 minutes as, okay, never mind, we're good. We don't got to think about that because we have Incheon in the lobby. Cool. All right, and it does look like they have everyone here. So there you go. As we do now have everyone in, and so we are good to go. Now, with that in mind, I think I have to shift. Incheon are certainly my favorite, as actually, wait. I just got to pause here because they aren't in their call. So, I mean, we'll kind of redo the kickoff a little bit, but, you know, because I started the game, but they aren't in their call. Now we got to do that. Okay. And so we're going to have to get a little tricky here because I'm just going to... Okay. Now we go. All right. Cool. Now we finally have a game. Had a little bit of a pause there. And I think it would have been times because it was like 2.5. Because you can't pause before the timer starts counting. But then also when it already is a kickoff, you can't reset that 3-second countdown. And so, like, once I tried to do that, and it was at 1 second, and so I unpaused and immediately started. So, you know, we decided to pause real quick, make sure they were in their call, and then I just kind of let that timer run down, reset again, and we ball. Already 30 seconds in here as we're going to have Incheon in blue, Boston in orange. As I think I said, we're definitely going to shift our prediction a little bit. Obviously, we are going to start with Bula in. And so I think this is still a decent chance for Boston in this one with Draco sitting out. But given that they have their whole team and Boston do not, I definitely have to favor Incheon. And instead of 3-2, I'm thinking more of a 3-1, maybe 3-0. Likely depending on how this game goes. But again, we will see. Murphy trying to catch this up the sidewall. Will pop it out over one. Now Bacon sends it downfield. Now around the outside again. Adam looking for a 50 in, but Bula's able to send it out to the side. Now downfield again. Jake Sell trying to play it away. Smurfy jumping up. It's off the sidewall. Now tap back into the corner. Jake Sell's already there, and he'll get it away. That'll beat Gamer as well. Adam already on it. Goes for a 50 and will win it down into the corner. This one will bounce out off the back wall. Jake Sell, a bit of an awkward touch there too, but Bacon just goes flying over it. Gamer's touch is wide. Boston unable to pressure the net on this push just yet. Chance there, but it is 50 to right off JXL and sent away. And so as we approach 2 minutes into this one, still no goals on the board just yet. I'd say more so Boston favored though. And there's goal number 1. The Peregrine Falcons will take a 1-0 lead. They have had push for a good long while. And finally, the opportunity opens up as Incheon kind of just run out of defenders. One tries to dive back in, but just can't get close enough. And so, 2 minutes in, it's a 1-0 Boston lead. And again, this has felt like a bit of a slower game, which is kind of what we expect out of Boston. And so the question will be, can they manage to still pull out the win despite that? Or maybe because of that? And then, building off of that, will we see Incheon able to speed things up more? Bacon beat as this one will bounce out off the left wall. JXL trying to get it away. Cleared downfield. Bacon blocks it over to the right side. Now out off the back wall again, dropping down. Pinched downfield by Gamer. That'll go full field. Adam gets the credit. But Boston, more importantly, get the goal. It is 2-0 for Boston. And again. It's a bit of a slow game. It's a bit of a back and forth. But Boston have just looked that little bit more advantaged so far. As we're getting into the final 2 minutes of play here in game number 1. JXL, that's really awkward, but Smurfy's able to get a better clear away. Adam now trying to bring it down. Smurfy will dive in, but Adam gets it by him. Now Adam dropping it down. He'll get a pinch forward. Smurfy drops it down low. Gamer will collect. Dunked across again as now Bacon pops it up towards the back wall. Bula is there, sitting on the line. JXL collects. Back within 1. Incheon are on the board as it just gets way too awkward on the Boston goal line. It eventually gets sent by him. And now Adam trying to sit with this one, looking for a pinch, but just kind of stalls it in place. Gamer now off the side wall, looking to clear it down. It'll get popped over to the side again. Now JXL trying to pop it out. Adam down off the ceiling again. Gamer trying to bounce it forward. Adam now spinning around. Pop up in the air. It'll bounce down towards the net, but JXL is able to pass it over to Bula, who gets the clear away. 75 seconds now. Time's starting to become a factor, although there is still quite a bit of it. Bacon off the left side, of course, with a 1-goal lead as well. Technically no absolute time limit on this one. That might change if they can add another on, but it'll go just wide. Incheon will keep it off their goal line yet again as Bula now looks to go downfield. Pop off the back wall. Bacon's alone, but he makes the play. Now Gamer looking for a clear, won't get a touch, but Bacon, even without boost, will catch up to it. He'll center it out, and Adam will score. That's his second of the game, and it's now 3-1. Boston regain their 2-goal lead. Bacon didn't have boost, but he sticks with it. He gets that shot across the line. And now with 40 seconds left to go, back to a 2-goal lead. And now that time much more of a factor. And it might be slipping away. Gamer, that one will go to him. And it's 4-1. Adam, a great touchdown. Could have turned against them, but Gamer swipes in and slams it downfield. And so 30 seconds left, a 3-goal lead. And it is absolutely all Boston here on Manfield. Technically still time for a comeback, but it's not very likely at all. This one's cleared away. Adam waiting under it. Another touch away. That'll waste more time. That'll waste more of a chance. And just like that, it will be Boston securing the first game of the series pretty cleanly. As it was close early on, but it doesn't stay that way. It'll be 4-1, and it'll be 1-0 in the series over to our team in New England. As we'd imagine, as we'll take a look at our stats quickly, it'll be Boston getting the higher number of shots, 9-6 in the end, and they'll convert that into more goals, 4-1 in the end. But just after I switch over, we are going to see Bula drop out and Draco join in. And that's what we were expecting. So now the question will become, can Boston do it again? This absolutely should be an upgraded roster from Incheon. And so that should, at the very least, change the run of play. And so now I wonder, as we're going to see a call for a hold from Boston. Not sure. Do they have everyone in? No, someone didn't transfer over. It looks like Adam, I don't know if he got kicked or if he left or what, but waiting on him to join back into the lobby. But, I mean, just in general, a great game from Boston, but it still wasn't dominant. And now this should be a better roster that they're up against. And so I think it is very fair to say that this very possibly switches the other way. And so now we need to see from Boston that they can do it again and that they won't now get outpaced by the added threat with the addition of Draco for this game. So I think certainly Incheon still with a place in this one, but that win at the very least inspires confidence that there's a possibility the other way. JXL though in early center. Gamer will get up and beat the diving player to it. Draco loses out on the 50 as well. JXL trying to keep the threat in. It's a miss by Adam. That makes things really awkward for Boston. Gamer now pops it, well, gets it popped off his own corner, but Bacon able to get it away for the moment as Incheon starting this game with complete push. I mean, Boston are doing well to respond and keep it away from their net, but despite that fact, hasn't been cleared very much as this one finally does get downfield, but it'll only remain in the corner. Bacon now looking for more of a center, will get it out. Draco will pop straight up in the air. Bacon looks for it, finds it. 1 minute in, Bacon from the backboard drops it through, and Boston strike first again. You saw him look for it. You saw the light bulb that he could go. And boy, did he. Jumps out, gets that touch on target. There were defenders in the net, but I think they just weren't ready for it. As Bacon evades that bump and gets that save, but it's not a clear. Adam now, that's towards his own back wall. Honestly, a fairly safe touch. Does force Gamer into action, but kept it on the post, unable to be immediately scored. And so Boston were eventually able to work a clear. Now the threat is still on them. Bacon looks for another one that's cut off by JXL. Adam going to be diving in, plays it down into the corner, tries to stay up, will get the pinch across, but JXL is ready to jump for it. Bacon now watching from far downfield, will get this one cleared at him, will pop it up, but Gamer not able to find that touch. Now around the outside, Adam trying to play it away. Smurfy dropping back down. Draco off the right side. Bacon will be the one to send it downfield. Now around the outside. Popped across. Awkward by Smurfy, but Draco's able to jump in for it. Adam now not there. Played over to the left side again. This one down. Cleared forward. Smurfy now lets it go. Bacon popping it up. Looking to keep possession. Does get away from him though, and JXL's able to take it away. Now popped away again. Smurfy, one-on-one. He'll get the goal. And Incheon tie the game. Adam left alone. No boost and no chance. Just has to watch it pop over him. And so just before halftime, Boston will lose their lead, and it's back to even, but for how long as one hits off the post, but will do no more. Bacon looking for another center. JXL plays it off the sidewall, and there you see the speed as Murphy's able to get there and get it away. Gamer now trying to catch it back, getting down to the sidewall, gets a 50, but it's still centered to Draco, and Draco dusts them. 2-1. This is the speed. This is the problem. It just seems like every time Boston are beat to the ball. And the main threat we've seen because of that is just that we've seen them get dunked or, of course, just get beat. That every time they try to clear it, there's someone from Incheon willing and able to dive in, just get the ball right back forward and not allow them any space. Again, this one bounces out. Smurfy's just there. Now he's already beat Gamer. Bacon will jump. He'll get a 50. That'll save him for now. Still, though, Draco already up next again, and that'll keep things awkward. Another touch back, and again, it's the exact same problem. Bacon trying to slow it down, but there's just no follow-up. Draco already lurking, jumps in, gets the touch. And then it's free for JXL because, again, no one has the ability to dive. And so just like that, 3-1, Incheon have scored 3 straight goals. It wasn't that close, Jay. I mean, like it was, but it ended 4-1. As Smurfy will find another one. Speaking of 4-1, that's where Incheon find themselves. As JXL just pops this one across, it drops down to Smurfy. Yeah, they had Bula in for game 1, and it was a very slow back and forth game. that Boston added on 2 goals towards the end. But, I mean, they were up 2-0. It became 2-1. It ended 4-1. So it was very much Boston controlled, but still quite back and forth and quite close until the end. And now that we've seen Draco come in, the pace issues that we've seen through the beginning really starting to get exploited a lot more with Draco on the field. And of course, Boston don't have a pit cop to rely on. They need to figure it out themselves. And I think this game more one-sided than it needs or maybe should be, as Bacon will get one back. And so, of course, this one not over quite yet. Bacon just wins an opportunity by 2, ends up faking JXL, who tries to jump high, but it rolls down low. And so now there's another goal back. Cuts it to a 2-goal lead. 70 seconds left to go. Certainly not likely, but hey, it is still possible. As this one bounces out. Bacon! Okay. Now it's getting a little bit more likely. Bacon, a hat trick. 700 points. It bounces off the corner. He slams it on target. Draco tries to get there. It pinches off the post, but it still goes in. 1 minute to go. Still a hill to climb for Boston, but one looks a whole lot more manageable. As a double commit, Bacon will get a piece of it. JXL left alone without boost. Bacon will pop it across, but there's no threat to follow that. Murphy over to Draco. It's over, Adam. They overcommit, and the comeback dies right after it begins. Just too aggressive with no upside. I mean, you knew Gamer wasn't going to get there. He dove anyway. You knew Adam was going to get dusted. He's at midfield anyway. They both get beat. It just goes into their net, and just like that, Bacon can put up 2 quick goals. But then his team concedes another, and with 30 seconds left to go, this one should just be a go next. Incheon looks dominant through the middle of it. It gets a little dicey towards the end, but hey, what's a game without a little bit of, just a little bit of conflict, a little bit of chaos? The answer will be Incheon don't know. But hey, they'll be happy with the result as we get down to the final 10 seconds here, ticking down towards 5 and then to 0. Ball is still in the Boston corner. And so as it hits 0 and hits the ground, Incheon are going to find themselves here with a tied up series. They're going to take the outshoot by 8-5, so they'll outshoot them by 3. They'll outscore them by 2. The shooting definitely better for Boston, especially Bacon the majority of their shots, and he'll go 3 for 4 in the game. But, I mean, it's just too many mistakes that, and it's kind of the problem, right? That I think a lot of the goals in the early part of that game are because Boston are outsped in even play. That they can try to go, they can try to do whatever, but someone is always there first. But then towards the end of the game, they get scored on because they're pushing up too far, trying to be fast. And so I think the problem for Boston is that you need to find ways to answer Incheon's speed, but that answer can't be trying to speed yourself up too much, as that is already a bad start because it's a fantastic start for Incheon. Draco slams it up to the back wall and then bounces it straight down. No one able to react to it. And so just like that, only 9 seconds in, Incheon already with another lead. That one will pinch towards the net as well. It's wide for the moment. Murphy diving. Gamer gets it over him. Now only JXL back, but Bacon kind of coughs it up. JXL will get a free bang downfield. Again, Adam up all the way. Now he's awkward. Now he's panicking. Boston way overcommit again. And of course, I mean, this play should be getting made. It's that simple, as he just misplays it once and then it's panic. But you wouldn't be in that situation if everyone isn't way upfield after Bacon gets way too strong of a touch and just gives up a free clear. And so I think that's part of it. Boston, you're not going to win when it comes down to 50s and a bunch of diving challenges. you need to keep more possession. And so there we see a potential breakaway chance, but Bacon just slams it away. They lose possession, and they immediately get scored on. Gamer now trying to pop it down. One away by Draco. Now played into JXL, who will slow it down. Gamer, though, wins a 50 towards the net. Smurfy drops it up. It's still towards the net, but JXL is able to play it away. Draco wins a 50 as well. It's Adam alone, and once again he gets awkward, but this time he does enough, and Bacon helps to bail him out. Bacon now a harmless touch towards backboard again. Now that one downfield, but Smurfy plays it away. Off the left wall, Bacon trying to get it forward. Adam diving in, 50 off the back wall towards Bacon. He'll try for a shot, but that's an easy save. Gamer now caught downfield. Adam loses a 50. JXL puts it wider. That could have been number 3. Draco trying to center it. Adam, no boost, trying for a 50. He gets dusted. Bacon got beat as well, but fortunately, again, it was off target. Draco, though, playing to the back wall, double down. It's a fantastic save by Adam. That'll keep them alive. But Boston just looks shaken. Nothing looks very good for them here, to be honest, as everything is a throwaway, everything is awkward, and everything is wrong. It's 3-0 Incheon again. Draco pops it downfield. It finds the net, and it is 3-0. I mean, there are kind of a bunch of... I kind of want to say there's one issue, but there's kind of a bunch of issues. First of all, Incheon's speed is forcing them to play pretty perfect, and of course they aren't doing that. As, okay, we're going to see another goal. That's 4. It's another overcommit by Boston, as it looked like it could have been a chance. I don't know where Gamer's going, but he's cheating up as third man. It pops over him, and it's 4-0. But it feels like their game plan is try to play fast, but they're not, especially without Pit Cop, they can't play fast. They're overcommitting on everything because they're trying to be fast, and then Incheon are forcing mistakes with their speed, and this roster is making a lot of mistakes, especially when Adam is left third man every single time. And of course, Adam is a sub. It's not surprising. He's a little bit shaky on defense, and yet they have left him alone on defense so many times, and he has gotten beaten. What's the surprise? And so, of course, this is just a major roster mismatch at this point, and it's looking like it, as Incheon are now up 5-0. Demo comes through as it'll drop down wide, now down off the ceiling, it'll bounce up high. Adam trying to follow it up, plays it out to the left side. Popped out towards the back wall again. Gamer trying to play it away. Bacon, that one dropping down. Adam gets it away. JXL now the shot. It's wide. Gamer trying to wait under it. He'll get the clear downfield. Smurfy trying to stay with it. Up the left wall. Going for a reset. Didn't get it, and it's dunked away anyway. Adam now getting up. He'll get the touchdown. JXL trying to pop it forward, looking for it towards the back wall, but it's 50'd away by Gamer. Bouncing down though, Bacon way too slow again. If he got up, got a read, he could have gotten a clear, but instead he sits under it and spectates, and it's Murphy who jumps in and slams it through. Again, Adam left alone to make that play, just can't react to it. And it's 6-0 Incheon as another kickoff is won cleanly into the corner. Will go wide for the moment. Smurfy looking for a catch. It's a double commit, or at least they run into each other. JXL catch down right at Gamer, but it's another dunk. Adam now just takes too wide of a circle. JXL shot is wide, but it opens it up for Draco. This game has been out of hand, and it's just pushing further as Incheon are up 7-0. And nothing looks very good for Boston. It's clean to say. They're overcommitting. They're giving the ball away. They're outpaced. It's just not working. So, of course, they do have a game 1 in this series. And so, although they'll be down against match point, They do still have at least one more game to try to figure it out, but I mean, they got to figure out something quick because it looked like the last game was going to be a blowout. Then they make it a little bit close. This game is just absolutely a blowout beginning to end as that one goes off a Boston player, and it's 8. Smurfy just centers it across. It's Bacon who bumps Adam into it. And now with 45 seconds left to go, it's all bad for the Falcons. Bacon looking for a pass, but against to no one. JXL will take a shot. Gamer will get up. He'll get a save. Still deep in the orange half, though. Draco will get the win forward. Bacon now left alone with low boost. JXL pops it up. Bacon will get a good touch away. Still 2 will jump. Draco will drop it down just wide. Final 30 seconds here as JXL tries to wait behind it. It'll get faked up high in the air. Another one sent downfield. Draco will get up and just knock it down to the side. Before this game, Boston were outscoring them by 1. They had 7 to Incheon 6. After this game, it's now 14-8. As of course, we do see a goal go in. But, I mean, it's just a bad game for Boston. Not much else you can say, really. We obviously hope to see... Yeah, I mean, Lynx. I mean, it's not that hard to say, honestly. As the ball will hit the ground. It's pretty simple. I'll explain it while we're here. Basically, they will get outshot here, by the way, 15-8. Honestly, closer than it seemed like. But everyone getting involved, everyone scoring. And just like that, it is Incheon who are up on match point. As we are 3 games deep, and potentially only 1 more left to go, is Incheon now 1 away from taking the series. And by the way, Incheon are feeling confident because they're going to put Bula back in. They're going to take out JXL, they're going to put in Bula, and they're going to try to close it out and get another sub game because, of course, as Smurfy also left. So I don't know what's going on now or what roster we're going to see. As it looks like they're going to sub out Smurfy instead. So JXL left might have been for a car change, but he'll join back. Smurfy will drop out. Bula will go in. To summarize that last game, Boston are a team that we've criticized their pace and their speed pretty much all season long. And it has been especially an issue with their sub roster. And so now they don't have Pit Cop, so they're playing with their sub roster against probably the fastest team in the league. And they just look terribly outpaced. They're overcommitting. And yeah, they just got cooked in that last game. So obviously the first game without Draco, they looked pretty solid because the game itself was slower. But then once the main roster came in, it was kind of 2 games in a row that Incheon just looked better. And there was a blip in game 2 where Bacon got 2 quick goals because he took advantage of some kickoffs and some quick plays, but just in general, Boston haven't been able to match the pace, and yet they haven't played how they need to in order to be winning without matching the pace. That we're still seeing them trying to rush touches and all surge forward and bang the ball downfield. But when they're outpaced, we're just going to see them get beat back downfield, or if they give the ball away, not have any good possession. And so that's just kind of the adjustment we need to see. And of course, without Smurfy in the game here, it could settle down into something a little bit slower that they could work with. As 90 seconds into this one, no goals on the board just yet. But of course, that also means they haven't been able to find the net either. And so we're still going to need to see that. Bacon tries for a shot there. Again, just rushing the touch. No boost in the net, but it still flows wide. Flying by there was Gamer as Bacon gets the pop forward, but Draco's on it. There was a demo on Bula as Adam will play it forward, but Draco just bangs it across to the other corner. Adam now will miss. Gamer will get a piece. It'll bounce back out. Bacon so far downfield, but correctly chooses to turn around. Buys him some time as JXL now gets bumped off it. Draco no boost, no good shot. Bacon will catch to the side. Almost turns into a double commit, but it's centered out for the moment over JXL. Draco sails it high. Bouncing back down, though, JXL, given the time, he'll pop it up. They'll rely on Gamer, but he'll get the touch away. Draco now down off the ceiling. It was a double commit, and Bacon will get the clear away. Out of boost, he'll chase it and get another 50. Gamer diving in, it's off the back wall. We'll see Adam dive, he'll play it wide as well. Draco now against Bacon, it's another even challenge. Now off the back wall again, dropping down, played out to the side. Draco trying to stay with it. Waiting under it, gets the flick forward. Bacon now over to the left wall. Adam trying to wait under it. He'll get the play downfield. Draco now up in the air. Sent downfield by Gamer. Now Gamer trying to collect. There's a demo. There's a miss. But JXL keeps it clean. He recovers, gets the save wide, and keeps the game scoreless. Adam now chasing down a 1v1. He'll win the 50, but it's still out to the side, and Bula's already there. A drop down play. Bacon's there, but it's a pass to no one, and JXL bangs it away. Gamer now around the outside as this one is popped away. Bacon waiting under it. 50 off the right side, dropping down JXL with the long clear. Adam now centering it. This one dropped down. Gamer looking for a dribble, but it's dunked back in. 85 seconds left to go. This game has certainly felt more like one Boston can win, but still no goals on the board for either side just yet. Bacon, though, might have a chance to cut, and he will. Goal number 1 goes to Boston. Adam beats 2. Bacon turns around and pops it over them all again. And the Peregrine Falcons take the lead with 72 left to go. 1 goal definitely achievable for Incheon, but at the very least it's a lead, and make it 2. Bacon doubles it up again. A shot forward. And with 1 minute left to go, Boston will once again give themselves a multi-goal lead. Still time for Incheon, but so far they've found themselves now down below and trying to catch up as another clear comes through from Bacon. At the very least, it'll waste some more time as that's an awkward pop out, but Gamer pops it all the way to Cancun, I think. I don't know, at the corner, Gamer on it. That shot a little better, but JXL's there for it. Bacon now up off the back wall. He'll follow it up. Does beat his teammate, but also beats the opponents and wastes more of that clock. Adam, though, cheating too close will mean that there is no shot on that one. Gamer trying to pop it across. Kind of slow to it is Draco, but he will get there to pop it forward. Now 2 players in the air. Bula's touch won't be very good for his team. Adam finds another open net. And just like that, Boston are up 3-0, and they are poised to send us the distance. 12 seconds left to go. It would need a miracle if one would even cut it, but it won't go in. It won't be. The clock strikes 0, and Boston once again fight back and send us all the way. Now, of course, Bula insta leaves. We will see the full rosters back in. I'll leave the stats up, but I'll get you the shot totals in just a bit because I'll have to look at the ball chasing. As either way, Boston just refusing to go down quietly. I think the main takeaway for Boston here is they need to be proud of the result. I think they would love, and they almost need, this Game 5 to be closer than especially Game 3. But at the end of the day, even footing, sub v sub, Boston have won both games. And it's when it's a complete roster mismatch of starting roster versus sub roster, Incheon have won. And so as we load in for game number 5, that is something to be proud of for Boston. That on even footing, they have beat Incheon twice in a row. As by the way, it was literally 8 shots to 1 in that game. Draco was the only one who got a shot. So this one's played across. Bacon will get there. I think it needs to be a strong start for Boston, but at the same time, you can't greed too hard for it. You can't afford to try to push, try to make sure you get that goal, and then just make the mistake and give them a free one, because you really can't afford free ones. As I thought that one was in, but Gamer was lurking on the goal line and is able to send it away. JXL now a high pop. Draco the only one up. He'll knock it down off the side wall. Smurfy's already there to bang it off the backboard, but Bacon's there to get the clear away as well. Bacon now chasing it down, but JXL's on it first. There's a show with the speed. Adam trying to jump up, won't get a piece of it. Gamer now forced to slow himself down, gets a good pinch over one, and Draco will get bumped so he can't follow it up. JXL down into the corner, Bacon already diving in, center on the outside, it's over Smurfy. Gamer will try to cut it back, looking for a center, but Drake goes back in plenty of time. Draco now a clear downfield, Smurfy a redirect up high, and everyone fakes and it won't go in for now. Smurfy though up to the bar. Bacon keeps it close and Gamer will get it out to the side. JXL though in next, keeps it in the corner. He'll get a double to beat Bacon. Bacon didn't commit a lot of boost, but will at least be out of the play. And now Adam misses, but Gamer drops down and gets that one saved. And now Gamer has an open net. 1-0 Boston. JXL just mishits it. It falls down off the ceiling, and Gamer slots it through. Bacon blocks it to the corner again, especially with these rosters. I do not trust one goal, but it's much better than trailing. It's much better still than being even. As Gamer tries to knock this one across, Draco, plenty of time. He'll get up and knock down off the side wall, but Bacon will 50 right back in. Smurfy, though, gets the boost and cuts. Adam might have had a look if he had a quick shot, but he doesn't quite get the touch on it. JXL, though, bouncing right down to Bacon again, almost open, but Draco's able to sneak back in there and get it away. Adam now going to get faked by the miss, but Gamer's already there, and JXL's able to jump up for the save. We're kind of seeing the reverse of what we've seen all series. Bacon so close, but it pings off the post. Almost an overcommit as well, as Boston now scrambling. Adam off the corner, Gamer gets dusted, but Bacon is there. Would have been open, but he'll settle for the clear. Looking now for a pinch or a pass. Both his teammates are downfield. They need to be careful here as Bacon beats Adam. That shot's wide for now. Now it bounces up the back wall. Bacon trying to get it away. JXL will catch it down. Adam gets dusted again, but it's wide far post. JXL looking for a recenter as there are 2 minutes left to play. Still a lot of time, but it's starting to get a little bit lower. That's off the bar. Bacon bangs it off the sidewall. Incheon starting to look so much better, but somehow they're still scoreless. Smurfy saved away. JXL looking for the center. Draco blocked by Adam. Smurfy now tries for the touch. Draco, good demo. That could keep the pressure on. Bacon gets it up the sidewall, but JXL's already there. Now JXL off the ceiling. He'll get the touch out to the side where Smurfy's waiting. The first shot is wide. Bacon v Draco. Bacon wins the race. Gamer fakes the redirect, and JXL will pop it up away from the net. Gamer thinks about a cut back in. Draco does it first, but Gamer's still chasing it, and he'll pinch it up in the air. Who's up next? It's just Bacon, and he'll get the clear over Smurfy. Bacon now off the back wall, double across, too high for Adam, but he'll earn a 50 on it. Now Gamer trying to keep the pressure on again. 1 minute left to go. Smurfy catching it down. JXL will clear it down towards the corner. Adam staying with it, he'll 50 it back. Draco will be there. Draco around the corner again. Bacon trying to keep it away. Gamer waiting under it, but the 50 rings high. 40 seconds left to go. Incheon continue to press. JXL's catch is right at Adam. That'll pop wide again. JXL gets the corner. Adam fakes the shot. Bacon sinks the shot. 30 seconds left to go. And Boston are up 2-0. They are 30 seconds away from an upset and 30 seconds from clinching their spot to defend their title. Still time for Incheon though. We can't lose sight of it. That one pinched wide. That one shot high. JXL will try, but there's no boost to his name. Time will run down. Bacon pops it up again. He'll float it in. Final 10. We're still trapped in Incheon's half. They have no possession. They have no chance. No pit cop, no problem. Boston are headed to the playoffs. Smurfy says his team had a bad game last week. How about now? They're playing against a sub roster, and yet Boston take 3 games off them. Give me just 1 second to get this clinch posted as Boston show up. I think, honestly, the main thing you need to look at here is Game 4. I think that was the clearest mistake in all of this. Obviously, incredibly well played to Boston. We'll talk to them in the interview. We'll do all of that. And I think they absolutely earned this win. But the other side of that is you need to ask, was it worth it for Smurfy to make that move? Because they had so much momentum. They won 2 straight games. And I understand it because they've dominated with their main roster and they need the sub games. And so I see the angle of, oh, well, we've dominated 2 straight. Why not just put Bula in? Hey, if we get the win, fantastic. If we don't, we've dominated them twice. We'll do it again. But the problem is, that is the window back. They had Boston reeling. They just dominated them 8-1, with Boston's only goal being at 1 second left, basically not even happening. But you make that sub, you give them the momentum of that win, and they played with confidence. I'm not gonna do that, Vice. A game like this, I want to talk about it, and I mean, of course, we are gonna get an interview. I imagine. I'm gonna be so shocked if we don't get an interview. But by the way, I can show this on stream. I posted it in the Discord, but I can do that right before we jump into it. That is insane. But we are going to have an interview, and so we will be back in just 1 moment. And we are back with Boston. An incredible win as you guys take it in 5. How's it feel?
I'm gonna die. I'm about to go to the hospital. My old heart cannot take it. That was a
Bacon
series.
had himself a series.
Yeah, I've already
It was
been
a
told
game,
that
that's
it
for sure.
gets on my account. So that's that. Or Jay. Yeah. So I don't know. That's tough. So, but it's also proof that Panda fucked up and should have kept Shade in, and they would have beaten Illusion. Sub team over Smurfy team any day.
True. Forgot about that. All right.
Yeah, we
Well,
don't need pick up. Screw him.
I mean,
Yes, that guy.
obviously,
Probably bet against us.
you guys got the wins when it was even, sub v sub. What was the mental like heading into Game 5, knowing you'd have to face that main roster again?
So after game 3 where we got throttled, um, it was like, I mean, we kind of had a couple hard conversations, a couple hard statements about what we were trying to achieve. And then going into game 5, it was okay. We've done it. We know we can beat the sub team. We have to be able to beat the starting roster. Just play our game. I challenged Gamer to play a little bit faster because everybody was feeling kind of crappy after game 3, even though we won game 4. And, you know, it was kind of hard to pick back up. But that other team, that's the chemistry isn't quite there. I've talked about it for a couple weeks on the podcast. And I think it kind of showed. So there were a lot
It's
of double and
developing,
triple
though.
commits by them.
Hit a
Oh yeah,
couple
it's there. I
fast
mean,
plays.
they're good, but there's just a lot of double and triple commits, and leaving the net wide open.
Absolutely. Now, I mean, we'll get to your next week, which of course is tough, but before we mention that, with this win, of course, you guys will end the week in first place in Pixel. Do you think you're the strongest team right now?
I think we can beat
Uh,
any team.
yeah, I don't know about strongest. I think we can run with any team. Um, but I mean, I think the top four that it's been pretty much all season, any of those teams have a real shot, and even some of the teams outside of that group. I mean, we've been challenged. We lost to Loudon, even though that was a
Yeah.
different roster. Like
Yeah.
it happens. We saw Vancouver push Incheon. Um, so strongest is a hard word, doggo, but we're feeling good.
Fair enough. And then, of course, I will quickly ask you guys about Daytona, the other of the top three teams that you're going to end up facing next week. How do you feel about that one?
Uh, well, we felt better about playing Daytona than we did Incheon. At least I did.
Fair.
Because we've gotten to scrim Daytona kind of recently. Um, they're very good, but we're pretty good on defense and put a lot of shots on. They kind of play defense similarly to Madison. So I'm
And
looking
that they
forward to that
don't.
game.
No, listen.
Right,
Cody
exactly.
lost me all my channel points. They're going down.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I do think that's about all I have for you guys. So, congratulations on the big win and good luck next week.
Appreciate you, sir.
All right, and I am going to wrap things up because we got another game in 8 minutes. So I got to end this stream, turn it over real quick, and then we will be live once again. But your final score here, one last time, it'll be Boston 3, Incheon 2. And so that does it for this game. We got one more to close out the night. We hope to see you back for it, but that does it for now. And we got one more Prism left to go tonight.